Hi, I'm Vadim. Thank you so much for joining me for another video on reality transurfing. Principle number 3 is what we're going to be talking about in this video. And it is child of God. Okay, so let me read to you the principle. There is a small particle of God in every one of us. You are a child of God, and your life is God's dream. Isn't that beautiful? By shaping your own reality with the power of intention, you fulfill God's will. Your intention is God's intention. As this is the case, how can you doubt that your intention will not be realized? All it takes is to claim that right. Remember, we talked yesterday about birth gifts that we were given, how we have possessed so many gifts. God sends us with so many gifts. All we have to do is claim them, right? Okay, so when you ask God for something, it is just the same as if God had asked something of himself. Can God really ask something of himself? Is there any one person alive from whom God would ask for something for himself or herself? God just takes what he or she wants. Don't ask, demand, or strive. Shape your own reality by the way of conscious intention. Okay, so the book talks a lot about intention. For some of you who are not sure what I'm talking about when I say intentions, let me define that for you. Intention can be roughly defined as the resolve to have and to act. Intention is realized while a desire is not, per se. Say you're sitting in your backyard and say you're swinging on a hammock and you're looking up at the sky and you have a thought that enters your mind and you say, oh, I would love to go to the Caribbean. It is so pretty. I hear the water so blue, etc., etc. That is a desire. That is a wish. Now, when you state an intention, it's like placing your hand over your heart and declaring, I am going to go to the Caribbean this year. I'm going to work extra overtime. I'm going to try to increase my game on sales. I'm going to apply $50, $100, or $500 per paycheck towards that savings, that goal of mine of going to the Caribbean. Those are intentions. And when you add, and I'm not going to stop until I reach my goal, which is going to the Caribbean. Those are intentions. That is what he's referring to as an intention. You set an intention. So now let's continue with the interpretation of his principle. The world is a theater of dreams in which God is simultaneously a member of the audience, an actor, a scriptwriter, and a producer. Remember, he is almighty. He is the dude. As a member of the audience, God observes the play that is unfolding on the stage of the world, which is life, right? As an actor, God feels the experiences of everything in the same way as a character whose role he or she is playing. God creates and controls reality through the intentions. Those are the intentions. Who is setting intentions and setting them hard? Of all living things. God placed a part of his will together with a soul in every living being, and then sent them out into the dream, which is life, the world, right? God gave every living soul the freedom and the power to create their own reality by the measure of their awareness. Remember, yesterday we talked about awareness. Am I aware where I am, what I'm doing? Okay, we talked about that, where I am. awareness. Practically all living beings omit to use the power of intention, consciously and with clear purpose. That's sad, because we possess that power. In the state of non-lucid dreaming, okay, let me back up a little bit here. For those of you who are not sure what lucid dreaming is, when you just dream, that is non-lucid. But in lucid dreaming, it's a person that can take a part in their dream as if it were a virtual game. At the same time, understanding that it is just a dream per se. Say I was dreaming and I woke up and I'm frightened. Well, I didn't wake up because I'm dreaming. Okay, so say you were in the dream and you're running and you're scared half to death because someone is chasing you. Someone is chasing you and you feel that they're going to hurt you. Your life is at stake, etc. That is a dream. But if I stop in the dream and I turn around and I ask them, why are you chasing me? What do you want from me? And in the dream, remember it's a dream. I can possess anything. I can possess a bat in my hand. I can possess a taser, pull out a gun, knife, something. Come at me, dude, right? And when I stop and do that, I turn around, I'm taking control of that dream. And in that moment, that person that wanted to hurt me is no longer a threat to me, as I have taken control of the dream. And that's what we were talking about in principle 1 and 2. We need to wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up from that dream. You need to be aware and be conscious of where you're at. So, going back to the book here, he says, in the state of non-lucid dreaming, it is as if they are vaguely aware of wanting something without really knowing what exactly. It's just like a dream, you know, they're walking around, spaced out zombies, basically. Their intentions are therefore blurred, vague, and mostly unconscious. Okay, I already read that, sorry. In this respect, man has developed little more than animals. How sad, how embarrassing. Human beings have been here on the planet Earth for thousands of years. And he is saying that we have developed a little bit more than the animals have. The pendulums have, okay, well, let me stop here at pendulums. You're probably, I know you don't know what a pendulum is, but throughout the book, he talks a lot about pendulums, and I'm going to get into that in more detail with other videos that come up. But there's destructive pendulums and then how to get off a pendulum. But let me give you an example. Let me tell you. Okay, first let me tell you what a pendulum is, and then I'm going to give you an example. A pendulum is when a group of people begin to think in a similar way, that their thought waves accumulate in invisible layers, but they are actual real energy, information structures. Per se, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, those are two different pendulums. People are on that same wavelength. Fox Channel is one, is another one. And if you listen to the CNN, that's another pendulum. A good example of a pendulum that's taking place this weekend is the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, we have the San Francisco 49ers that are going to be playing. And then we have, they're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. So let me give you an example per se. So if there's many pendulums throughout this world, different pendulums. Everybody's on a pendulum. But say, for example, these are 3 pendulums and they're swaying back and forth. Well, let me do them this way so you can see. So these are 3 pendulums. They do not touch. They do not touch, but they're all swaying back and forth. This pendulum here are all the fans for the 49ers this weekend for the Super Bowl. This other pendulum here is for the Kansas City Chiefs. I lost a pendulum. So these 2 guys are swinging. So we have everybody that's going to be dressed in red. I think those are their colors. And the other people, whatever their decals, or they'll be wearing caps and whatever. So, and the people on the stands. So either you're on this pendulum when they make the touchdown, or they're going to be on the other pendulum when they make the fumble. Everybody's going to be in their own, all those people, all the people who are 49ers when they hit a touchdown, all those people throughout the whole United States, wherever you're watching, they're all going to be screaming and cheering on. Everybody together is in that pendulum. And when things go for the Kansas City Chiefs and they're screaming and yelling and honking their cars and whatever, if they win or whatever, everyone, all those people are all in the similar things and thoughts. They're all going to be swinging together. And then there's other people out there who at the mall shopping, doing their thing, that could care less. They're in another pendulum. They could care less as to what is going on and who won. And, you know, they're in their own world. And there's other people that could probably be at the hospital. All the people that are sick in the hospital, have people that are visiting, all those people on one pendulum. So that's what he refers to when I mention the word pendulum. That's what pendulum is. So going back to the book, the pendulums have not only succeeded in taking away people's awareness of their own abilities, but they have also perverted the very meaning of life, replacing the notion of being used of God with worship, whereas in fact the true goal of life and the idea of service of God consist in co-creation, creation together with God. So the way I'm interpreting this is that we have those people that are now on the pendulums, and they're, oh God, the rent's due, the car payments due, the insurance due. I need the money for that. Can you please help me? I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. Can you please just, I'm going to buy the ticket. I'm going to spend this last dollar. And can you please help me win? And leave it at that. And you're hoping for something to fall from the sky. He's saying that people have fallen into one of those pendulums, when actually you should be co-creating with God. So co-creating would be, dear Lord, I am off for a job interview. God gave me 2 legs, so I'm going to walk to the bus stop. I'm going to walk to the place, or I'm going to walk to my car and get in the car. And God gave me my mouth, and I'm going to speak, and I'm going to sell myself as to why they should hire me for that job, because I need extra money, or I need money to help out my family, to help make that light payment, car payment, etc. It's called co-creating, working with God. There's once this lady that it's not a joke. I don't know what she was but she said it was just a story, whatever. At this man's ship, he was shipwrecked and his ship was going down, and he said, God, I don't want to drown. Please help me. Send help. Can you come save me? And God sends him a helicopter, and he said he's waiting around because he said he asked God for help, and he was thinking God was going to pop up there and physically take him. He didn't get on the helicopter on that lift. It was just kind of like a stupid, ignorant joke, but I guess she was trying to make sense. But basically, that's what that is. You need to help yourself. God says he'll help you, but you got to help yourself. So don't get in on those pendulums. And again, the principle number 3 is that you are a child of God. Okay, and God wants only the best for his kids. Just like if you are a parent yourself, you want the best for your kids. You're not going to give them measly jack diddly squat. You want the best. So I have, again, I use my smartphone. I have a reminder that comes up on my smartphone, and it says, I am a child of God, and my life's God's dream, and he wants me to live a beautiful life, because I know that's what he wants. I am his child, right? He wants me to live a beautiful life, financially free, enjoying life with my family, laughing, having fun, traveling the world, and I claim this birthright now. Remember, we're all born with gifts. God sends us these beautiful gifts, but we have forgotten, because we mingle along with other dreamers that are walking through life in